everybody, look who we've got. We've got Daniel from Vegas LowRoller rolling into Everything Slots, one of our very favorite channels. And Daniel, I've said this before to you, and I say it to every time we saw each other. Well, we just saw each other last week, which we'll talk about in a minute. But I have to tell you that among the people who design games, Daniel, sorry, he wins the prize. They send me Daniel's things, and they're saying that, and I'll tell you what it is. What Daniel does that nobody else does, and there's different things that people do. I mean, I always love that Heidi always loves the characters. She falls in love with, and she has a personal relationship with them. You fall in love with every single shake, every move, every story, and you turn on like a machine. When you get in front of a slot machine, all of a sudden you're like bing, 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 and you're narrating it like we meant it to be narrated. So you guys, this is welcome, Daniel.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's a lot like when I get behind a slot, the kid in me gets to kind of have free reign. And that's really what it is. Like it's a stream of consciousness of the child inside me going, I'm playing video games for a living. And so that's kind of it.
That voice that you just did right there just is you engaged. And it is one of the most amazing things. Linda, tell everybody about last week and how we got to spend time with Daniel. We had such a great time.
It was like unlike anything else, because you see the video, so you see it happening, but to be behind the scenes and to see it unfold is like nothing else. So we were able to spend some time with Dan and with Heidi and Fred, and also all casino action at Resorts World Las Vegas last week. We played a couple of games together. We had a great time. Was it at Genie's Prize? Was it that you and Heidi played and Kathy?
And Kathy.
Played this great game, and it was very high octane, let's just say.
it was pretty exciting the way that played out.
It was.
Wow.
And
it was a nail biter.
It was a nail biter. So we played a few games. Like I think it was that one. I think what other ones that we played? Was it Kaching that we played with you guys, or was that all casino action? There were so many different games that we sat down and we chatted
played
about.
Pressure Luck, didn't we? We kind of played
Pressure Luck
around.
That's right.
We kind of played it, and we found a new player that we were playing with as well. We were just all sort of like just getting in and doing what we're doing. We had a great time.
Yeah, we did.
Start with Cha-Ching, but there were people on it, so we started with Genie's Prize and then moved to Press Your Luck.
Which I really like the casino.
Oh, and Resorts World, thank you for, I don't think they didn't even know we were there, but they were so great. What a great casino. So really good. We love all the casinos, but they've got really progressive filming policies, and so it makes it great for us that are trying to build content to really go and feel welcomed and sort of be able to promote the casino and promote the games.
I really appreciate Resorts World. They've in the beginning I was kind of iffy about and then they updated their slot floor and they became much more progressive, and they're one of the few that are open to filming and come on in, do whatever you want as long as you don't bother anybody. They're really great about that, especially now with MGM kind of flip-flopping on whether they allow filming or don't allow filming, and it's really to have a few places that are like, yeah man, as long as you're polite and considerate, please come on in all you want.
We don't know all the reasons why why there are concerns, but I tell you, I know it's a journey for a lot of people. A lot of people are just they're working through. But I always want to kind of give a shout out, because we love all the casinos. MGM, is fantastic. What a great destination. But we always want to just cheer on those folks that are kind of forging the way for us. For building content.
I mean, the first, right? They were incredible about allowing us, and they kind of opened the door to other properties going, oh, maybe we should allow this. So been great. It's been fun seeing the progress from when I first started and nobody would let you film. You had to be super secretive about it.
It was crazy.
I do think it's also great when we were on the floor, we had so many people that would come up and say, I love watching your videos, Dan.
Oh, you got a lot of fan work on the floor, I would say. You had some people coming up like they were meeting, Bruce Springsteen. So there was a little bit of that going on.
Do you ever get used to that? Like just people just recognizing you from the videos?
Used to, I wouldn't say you get used to it. I at some point, when I believe it or not, when I met NG a while ago, I noticed how he was with people who came to him, and I kind of did like a mental shift at that point where I said to myself, that 1 minute that you're meeting somebody is their minute, not yours.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I'm always super happy to meet someone. Whether I'm recording or not, I'm like, don't worry, you're not bothered. They're like, I'm sorry to bother you. I'm like, you're not bothering me, because it's their minute, right? So I get to give them that minute, whatever they want to talk about, tell me about. I'm happy to hear it and listen to it, and then enjoy that minute with them.
That's very cool. So how did you get into slots? Was it something that you just always liked, or what drew you to it?
So, my mom's in my videos a lot, and I love my parents to death. But they never did Disneyland or Magic Mountain. We did Vegas 2-3 times a year, and
that's how my family was.
Yeah, I played video games, and then when we went to Vegas a few times a year, I would go to the arcade, but then I'd slowly shift onto the slot floor and enjoy those more.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's awesome.
God, nobody loves slot games like you do. I swear, because you experience. It's like you're in the game, so it's just fantastic.
You're very comfortable around them, like the way that you talk about them, the way that you experience them. It's someone that isn't just happens to just started playing. It is someone that is very, that has been around them for a long time.
Yes, I'm very, very familiar with slots.
Yeah.
Kind of workings. We could talk about games that came out 10 years ago, and I probably know most of them.
Yeah.
So I'd say I'm more of a slot gamer now than I'm a video gamer.
Okay.
I think I'm more of a slot player now than I am a video gamer.
Wow.
So do you gravitate towards certain types of slot games more than others, or do you like them all generally the same? You just, do you pick one more over another?
So I like newer slots best.
Okay.
But there are themes or mechanics that I like more. Like right now, 3-bags are kind of my jam.
Okay.
I love a good 3-bag game. I love kind of what they introduce to the slot.
Okay.
That you can get this bonus, or you can get that bonus, or you could combine them for a super bonus, and you're like, oh, I got to see all 3 at once. So it adds like a really fun bonus within a bonus of getting the bag, but get them and what combination. So I really enjoy that.
Okay,
I love that. The triple chase on that is really good. It is.
Yeah, everyone loves that. The whole bag, like people go gaga over that.
Yeah.
The whole bag thing. I might be opening up a can of worms, but is there a feature in any slot game that right now you're thinking, kind of not feeling so much?
A feature that I'm not feeling.
Yeah, that maybe you're thinking, I'm not, maybe not like it.
No, because I think the feature can be done well if it's done right. So like nothing is off the table for me. But as long as it's a fresh take and an exciting take on something, if you do the same tired mechanic over, like hold and spin, I feel like is completely out.
Okay.
But I still think you could do a great hold and spin. You just have to add some flavor to it and add your. So
great point. Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah. Okay, so now this is a question that I always get. Yeah, I get.
Number 2.
They always. Our legal team always hates when I ask this. What's your favorite game per manufacturer right now? What's your favorite game?
That's really tough to answer.
I know.
And not because I don't want to pick. It's honestly tough to answer because of the channel. Kind of my outlook when I walk into the casino has shifted. I'm always looking for new games, right?
Okay.
So if I had to my favorite is really new games. So if I walk in and see something I've never played before from whoever it is, I'm so excited. I'm like, I've never played this before. I don't know what's going to happen when I sit down and start recording. That's kind of like and so I don't really have go-to games as much anymore as it's more like, oh, please, I hope I find something new when I walk in.
Got it. Okay.
So are there some new games that you really like out there? Let's change it around a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. What are some of your new favorite games?
Oh gosh. AGS has a new 3-bag that I like.
Okay.
Trio Coin Power, I think it is. And it's a 3-bag game, obviously. Gosh, nothing off the top of my head.
Okay. But yeah. No, that's cool. No, that's great. Do you have a particular type of slot game that you like best?
Type. So like video or
yeah.
Yeah,
or
video stepper. Do you like maybe it's just new games? I don't know.
Yeah, it's mostly new games. Definitely video slots. If you watch the channel at all, I hardly play reels. And I think that's just because you can't do the additional craziness that I like.
Yeah.
The 3 reels have a very different audience, and they're very like the tempo is very different. So I think that's why I don't gravitate towards them, more towards the video reels, because with video reels, like anything can happen at any time. Like it's chaos. Like a character can pop up and start singing, about to get a bonus or whatever. So I really like that.
How do you like character interaction in games? Like whether it's characters or whether it's license or something like that. I guess that's 2 different questions, but character interaction, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I feel like it's so key now. It's cool to have like a really cool character on top of the slot, right? But it's so much cooler like in Gold Run, where if you touch them, Prospector Pete starts.
Oh, good. Every game.
You know what I mean? Like, there's interaction because you can touch him and he'll do things, and then sometimes he becomes almost alive that way. Like, you during the game, I feel like games need that now. You can't just have static image and the static gameplay. You need that something new happening, something exciting happening at any spin. That way, the player doesn't know what's coming. That's it's inner box all over again.
Yeah,
makes it exciting.
What do you think about like tells and things like that? Things like when things start to rumble or stuff like that. How do you feel about that stuff?
Love tells, with one caveat: they can't be 100%. Right?
Oh, okay.
So a really good example is Monopoly Lunar New Year. With Monopoly Lunar New Year, if you land the coins and the little dragons don't come out before you find out, you're not getting the bonus. And it's 100% of the time.
Okay.
So when I land the coin and I don't see the dragon, I'm completely disappointed because I know there's even no hope at popping the bonus, right? Because they did it 100% of the time that the dragons come out and then you get the bonus. If they did it only some of the time, I would still anticipate a bonus when I landed the coin. So they kind of killed my anticipation with that mechanic by doing it that way.
What were we playing with Heidi that she gave us a little tell? There was a tell of a little white light.
It was another bag game.
It was Udai Leon.
Yeah,
and she taught us that when you're gonna pop the bag, a little color light goes up the side. It's yellow, I think, if you're gonna miss, and red if you're gonna get it, if I'm not mistaken.
It was really subtle. And I played that game and I've never noticed it. It was really fun. It was fun. I always love learning things like that about games. I just love that you guys know these things because it's really, really fun.
I love it.
Yeah.
I want to see more of it.
Yeah. I loved watching you and Heidi. Did you guys know each other before that?
No, that was the first time we met.
Aren't they great?
Which is amazing.
They're so sweet, and you're so nice. And I was just like, it was like you guys knew each other forever. It was great
for a long time. But I think it's because you guys watch each other's videos that you guys have picked up on, your personalities and how you guys play. Because it felt like you guys did know each other for a long time.
Yeah, and especially with slot players, right? It's a special breed.
Yeah,
it's like a club.
You're kind of meeting your kind of person. So they understood slots in a way that only some of us can speak, and so we got along really well, and they were very nice. They were really fun doing that challenge with them.
It was fun. I loved watching that. It was fun spending time. I mean, that's the thing that you guys do as influencers that are doing this on YouTube. It's like gaming with a friend, and you guys are so much fun to game with because you love it, and so that's what makes that's what makes your channel sticky. That's what makes people keep tuning in, is because it's like if they can't get to the casino, at least they're gaming with a friend, and they really they learn about the game and it's fun.
It's so different than it used to be.
I agree. It's I've watched Twitch and stuff for a long time, so
Yeah.
I'm into esports and things like that,
Yeah.
and I'd love to see our niche kind of
Yep.
expand into more of that, right? Like I would love to see an annual slot tournament where like like I've got all kinds of ideas of
Yes.
I know. Well, they can do it in Europe. They can do that in Europe, but it's it's still pretty it's pretty dicey in the United States on Twitch. So yeah,
it's unfortunate, but it's gambling and it's a sensitive subject, and we have to tread lightly. But I think that's another thing influencers do, right? We make gambling less seedy, less sketchy.
Yes.
Like it's more kind of like, this is fun. This is, as long as you're gambling what you can afford and you're not like losing the rent and stuff, like this is a fun, entertaining thing. Like it's no different than going to a movie for a night, because they cost $100 now to go.
Yes.
Oh, it's crazy. Hey, and this is off the question things, but everything. How do you keep a budget going? I mean, I know that you've got to keep you're creating content for a channel, so you've got a certain need to be able to hit a minute something. But how do you suggest people keep their budgets in check?
I always tell people, if you don't feel comfortable losing the amount of money you're taking with you to the casino, then you're taking too much, right?
Yeah.
Like the amount of money you take with you has to be an amount of money that you're completely comfortable walking out of the casino not having a penny of it left, right?
I never do.
That's smart. No, that's smart.
I never do. I have to say, I'm paying it forward for all you guys to
That's
win,
true though, but you're right.
I lose everything.
You should be okay with the money you walk in with, not walking out with it. Yeah. So then that way you feel okay with whatever it is that you're spending. Yeah.
Yeah. Because that way, if you lose the money, you're like, okay, I plan to lose it. I had a great time.
Yep.
And if you win, then it's suddenly gravy. It's all extra. Yep. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe I got that jackpot today. I was expecting just to go in and have fun for a couple hours. I think it changes your mindset, and especially over time. If every time you walk in, you're like, all right, I'm taking $200 and I'm going to lose this.
Yeah.
But if that's great, I'm here to entertain myself for 2 hours at $200.
Right.
I think.
And especially, but also if you're a content creator, that's going towards work, because you are creating content and that's going towards footage that you're putting out there that is going to be making something for you. So there's a little bit of that as well. But yeah, it's a whole different world when I think about content creating in the slot world versus any other world where you don't have to put as much money down.
It's expensive, right? Like if you're a gamer, you just buy the game.
Yes.
Or the console in the game, and you what you need for your content.
Yeah.
With slots, they're slots are basically a video game that you're buying per spin.
Over and over again. Yep.
You're buying 5 seconds at a time.
Yep.
Right.
You're constantly outlaying cash to keep that entertainment going.
Yeah.
So you have to be. It's a totally different mindset and totally different budgeting. Fun though. It's really cool, and I've watched a lot of slot channels kind of come and go, and I think the ones that are successful are the ones that make sure they don't go too much, right? You don't go too hard. You don't have to bet $1 million if you can't afford it, right? Like it's bet what you can afford, I think. I've always done that.
And realize it is just for fun, and it's an expensive fun, but it is fun. So you always it's the chase of the win. I always assume I'm going to lose. So.
It's about the experience too, right? It's just like anything, like what you said, going to the movies, going to dinner. You're spending money on those items. So if you choose to spend money on this, that's your choice. But it's all in moderation in everything that you do.
Roller coasters, right? Like, and to go ride roller coasters for a day will cost me amount of dollars.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
No different. I want to go to the casino for the day. It's going to cost me X amount of dollars.
Yeah.
It's entertainment.
Right.
And it can be a roller coaster. That's for sure. Okay, so question number 4, Linda. Let's go.
So question number 4. I'm kind of out of order, but since we are almost closing up January 2023, if you can believe it, if you could sum up your 2022 in 3 words, what would those 3 words be?
Unfathomable.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Inconceivable. And amazing.
Oh, wow.
Explain. That is, I love
Yeah.
this. Explain that. Tell me about that.
My channel did amazing last year, and it's been I never expected to get up here, and last year was just it was unbelievable. It really was, and I couldn't have asked for. It's beyond my wildest dreams, and so I've been trying to remain appreciative of it and not take any of it for granted. Like it's been amazing. So last year was incredible, even though the world's kind of in chaos right now and stuff. Personally, it was a good year.
You make it fun, and I tell you what, there are a lot of people. You just make it fun. You make these games fun, and that's the thing that I just keep saying to you, Daniel. It's just like, you're the one that just, we all giggle when we watch.
Yeah, it's incredible because you have like over 232,000 subscribers on YouTube, over 181 million video views.
Yeah, over 8 million views a month right now.
That is dumb. Yes. That is unfathomable.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I mean, if you think about that, right? Like you're just thinking, wait, what?
What just happened?
Over 8 million views a month of my videos? What?
Yeah. And sometimes I'll be reading through my comments, and a lot of the comments are I haven't laughed in a while, and you make me smile. Gosh. You bring so much joy to my day, and so on and so forth. And I think it's a privilege to be able to bring joy to people's lives every day, especially the amount of people that I'm bringing. It's almost 100,000 people a day now.
God.
Per video. It's kind of wild.
Well, I know why, because it's fun.
Yeah.
You make it fun. You make it fun,
but
man.
it's also genuine, right? Like you feel that. And as I was sitting there at Resorts World like this past week with you, I felt that. It was electric. It was awesome.
Yeah, I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't enjoy myself.
Yeah.
Like I don't take on sponsors for because that's something I really enjoy, right? And so I've always just kind of done what I enjoy in life, and especially with the slot channel, I play the games I like. I play when I like. I think that's key, right? Like not to do the money or the views or what, but just do it because you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
And build it, and they will come.
Right.
Like the audience will find you as long as you're having a good time.
Man, I tell you what. So I want to ask this last question, and that is, what are you looking forward to in 2023?
I've got. So it's all contingent on whether I can afford it or not. But I would like to film 6 episodes of my own TV show that I want to do.
Oh.
And I'm thinking of just putting it on the channel. No shopping it around to Netflix or whatever. Just put it on the channel, and I want to do that. I want to make my own app. I want to start a small development studio here in Vegas. But all that stuff's really expensive. So it's contingent on me saving enough and finding some extra money and doing it. But that's kind of my big goals for 2023. I want to do a TV show, and I want to develop some slots.
Oh my God, big dreams.
Yeah, no, this is good. This is really good. But I tell you, you guys watching, if you're not watching Daniel's channel, I don't know what you're doing. I know you are, because everybody's doing this, because this guy has fun with slots. If you want to play with a friend, with somebody who's getting into the game, who really understands games and who really gets what we were trying to come across, go to Vegas LowRoller. You guys, thank you, Daniel, so much for coming on here today. We just adore you. The people who make games just think the most of you, and we just can't thank you enough for playing our games.
I really appreciate you guys. You guys have been, Everi's been one of the progressive, kind of forward-thinking companies when it comes to influencers. So I appreciate you guys very much as well.
Thank you guys so much.